Dave, what does Ron Paul mean to you?
That to me, he's the fucking, the OG of all this shit. I mean, Ron Paul, like, he, like, I don't know. It's a weird thing to say. It almost sounds like so strange for me to say it, but like Ron Paul is like a father figure to me in a lot of ways, And I never had like I didn't have like a father in my life. And I've only met Ron Paul like 6 times or something like that. But something like that. I don't know. I said something like that. That was a weird response. That's it, motherfucker? Like, all right, fine. But to me, what he is like, I can't say enough nice things about the guy. I think Ron Paul is the greatest living American hero. Like the absolute greatest. Like, and I don't think that's an overstatement. Like this motherfucker is, first off, as someone who has 2 kids, he's a baby doctor. He was an OBGYN who delivered like 3,000 babies. So just that alone, I think would make you like a great man. And then on top of that, he's a country baby doctor who then just decided, because he was like obsessively reading about Austrian economics and war and history. Like what doctor is doing that? And then goes, I understand this stuff so much that I have to run for Congress simply to make a point, to like let people know this is the path our country's going on. And he did this in the 70s because we had gotten off the gold standard right after we fought the war in Vietnam. And he was like, I have to let people know that there's like a path that we're going down here as a country that's going to lead toward like an authoritarian society. So he gives up his medical practice to go run for Congress and then wins, and then goes, I have to stay in Congress to keep fighting all of these authoritarian measures. And then after doing that for another 30 years, like, first off, he ran for president in 88, then goes back to Congress in the 90s, then goes, like, in 2008, 30 years later, I got to run for president to let everybody know. And then so many people love what he has to say that 4 years later, at this point, he's in his late 70s. He's like, I'm going to run for president again to keep spreading this message because you know what? There's so much important shit in this tradition of John Locke and, whatever, Murray Rothbard and Ludwig von Mises and all of these guys, and that I'm going to keep introducing people to these ideas because they're so important for people to know them. And then he, since then, and then he's like, after he's done, now he's almost 90, and he's still like, I'm going to do a show every day, just trying to inform people about what's really going on here. And the whole time he's done that, he's been married to the same woman his whole life. I think they've been married for 60 years or something like that. He's got like 5 kids and like 25 grandkids or something like that. Like, I don't know, dude. He's fucking Thomas Jefferson of our generation. He's just like the greatest living American hero, and better than Thomas Jefferson. And like, and I'll tell you this, like, and this is the thing. I literally was saying this to Rob earlier today, by the way. For how much I've ever talked about Ron Paul, that even today we were saying this, is that as much as I hate, progressives and like the progressive politicians piss me the fuck off, it's the thing that still keeps me a member of the Libertarian Party that I'll just never forgive Republicans for. And maybe this is because this was just my time, is that, say whatever, there was something today, and this is where it came from, was that Rob was telling me about today, I guess Rand Paul and Mitt Romney had some back and forth in the Senate where Mitt Romney was like arguing for why the government should be allowed to like talk to social media companies to tell them who they think's spreading misinformation. And Rand Paul was like, no, they shouldn't, because that's fucking not the role of government. And I'm just like, no matter what, even as much as the progressives piss me off, and sometimes I feel like I have more in common with Republican voters than Democratic voters, I'm just like, you motherfuckers picked Mitt Romney over Ron Paul. And I'll never forgive you for that. You had Thomas Jefferson running for president and you picked Mitt fucking Romney over him. It's almost like you deserve everything you're getting, you know? I know that was 10 years ago, but like you deserve it. You deserve your kids to be transed for what you did to Ron Paul. That you'd pick Mitt Romney over him, you know? So, greatest living American, Ron Paul. That's a great way to end the fucking show. Thank you guys so much. I love you so much for coming out. Cleveland Hilarities. This has been an incredible weekend. My God. Thank you guys. Have a good night.